Good morning. So I have my breakfast smoothie. I'm gonna have this before I go on my morning walk. I love morning walks. I feel very predictable at this time. But I feel like I'm one of those people that consistency is one of the hardest things ever on the planet. I don't know about you, but for me, it's like consistency is the hardest thing on the planet. And I know that I have to be consistent for things to work. So I have to push myself to be consistent. So that's really what this video is about. It's trying to be consistent.
So I'm gonna take a quick break on my walk right now so I can get my 3-pound weights out and do the more challenging part of my workout, which is to do upper body movements and listening to music. So I'm gonna stop right here in the shade and do that. So things about being consistent. Oh, sun, sorry. Things about being consistent is working out and moving your body. I believe you're supposed to move your body every single day. I'm not saying it has to be super hard or challenging. It's up to you. You have to follow your own intuition. But I feel like human bodies are meant to move every single day. Gotta catch my breath. Yeah, so I have 3-pound weights in there, which is challenging because I've been using 2-pound weights. So I'm bringing up my weights a bit, and I can tell the difference even in my backpack. I actually like working out. I do. I like working out. And that's some things I can be consistent with all the time for like months at a time, and then I'll stop. So I have to bring it back into my lifestyle and just do it consistently every day. I know some people say you might have to give yourself a break and give yourself grace. You kind of have to know where you are. Some people need that extra push. They need to keep going. Some people may need a break if they're injuring themselves or they're over exercising. So I feel like we also have to know that about ourselves. Me, I need to push myself. I don't need to be taking a bunch of breaks, okay? I don't need to be doing that. All right, let me get going.
So another way to be consistent, by the way, I have conditioner in my hair, so that's why you see all that white stuff in my hair. So a way to stay consistent too is to work out at home. I have so many workout tapes. I know it's like an early 2090s kind of thing to use workout tapes, but I like them. Also, obviously we have YouTube videos. There's so many workout YouTube videos that are on for free, and I have used a couple of them on YouTube as well, and that's free. And you can also have, if you have your parents has old workout tapes, or you have workout tapes, you can use those too. So I did like a walking workout so I did about 2 miles of a walking workout inside my house, and it was really fun and I enjoyed it. So this is one of the things to prevent, it's like an unbarrier. It's not a barrier now. So like if it's raining outside, it's cold, you don't want to go outside, it's too hot, whatever the excuse is, I woke up late, I can still work out in my house and get a workout in and be consistent with my movement. So yeah, that's what I did today. And I am going to, do my hair and stuff. But just wanted to share that little bit of nugget of truth to you guys.
So one of the things I wanted to be consistent about was roller skating. I just came from the skating rink. I am fully geared up. I got my helmet. I have all my different guards. The only thing I don't have is honestly a butt guard. It's the only thing I don't have. I wind up putting my mouth guard on eventually because there's a lot of kids on the floor, because I think I'm going during like a public family night or something. And kids are so funny. Their fear level is so low. They're just skating and falling all over the place. And I'm like, I can't be near this. I fell once. I feel like us adults don't like falling, and kids don't either, but you know what I mean. Like, kids are just so fearless. It's such a beautiful thing to see, really. And I remember me as a kid, I still couldn't stand falling when I was on the rink. And but I felt like I was a little more fearless, you know what I mean, as a child, right? Skating. But anyway, I need to practice skating because one of the things I want to do is get good at skating. And but I haven't been consistent with going to the skating rink, you gotta go, you know, a couple times a week at least to get used to skating and get comfortable with skating. And I am supposed to go to weekly lessons. I missed my lesson last week. I made the excuse of like, I'm on my period, and that's the reason why I didn't go. But I have a lesson tomorrow, so my lessons are on Wednesdays. So I went Tuesday night, I went tonight, and I'm like, I need to keep going. So I need to go at least twice a week. So like at least one lesson and at least one practice, so that way I can get used to it. Anyway, I'm gonna go and get myself some dinner and go home. But that is something that I've been wanting to be consistent with. It's even on my vision board, and it's already end of the year. It's already, you know, late September. So, but I'll be able to get some lessons the next couple months. But all right, I'm rambling enough. So I just started my walking. I'm actually warming up right now. I don't know about y'all, but like I'm obsessed with like songs. And you know how a song will get stuck in your head, you'll like hear it. And Bruno Mars song has been stuck in my head since last night, because when I was at the skating rink, they were playing that song. I don't really listen to new music. I don't really listen to it. So I listen to older music, and that song was still stuck in my head. I can't even think of the name of it, but I found it. I think it's called Leave the Door Open. That song is stuck in my head. The whole like la 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 la. I'm like, oh my god, it's like stuck in my head. Anyway, I don't know if you're like me, but songs will get stuck in my head, and I'll like, my brain will obsess with it, and I will have to listen to it several times to get it out. It is so weird. Anyway, I'm doing my walk here on a treadmill because I started my movement really late today. It's already after 10, and it's already like 93 degrees here in Arizona. So I was like, I'm not gonna walk 2 miles outside, but I have my 3-pound weight. So after my warm up, I'll be using my 3-pound weights on the treadmill today. So trying to be consistent. No, not try. I am gonna be consistent. There we go. So good morning, another day. So in my last video, if you haven't seen it, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But at the end of my last video, I said I know what I needed to do. So I'm going to tell you what that is. So I literally just stopped watching YouTube videos. I stopped scrolling on Instagram, and I stopped checking Facebook. So it's been, I guess, about 3 days, I think, since I stopped. I haven't really been counting the days. I just was like, I need to just stop going on social media. It's just too much. So, but what I've been doing as a substitution is I've been listening to audiobooks, and I finally finished The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. That is such a good book. It's really, really good. I like listening to books as well as reading them. So I was like, yes. And so now I'm getting into, all right, so I had my breakfast on the go. I just finished my smoothie. And anyway, where I dropped off earlier. So I just decided I needed a break from me and God. Okay, decided that I needed to take a break from social media. God's been telling me this for years, and I would listen rarely when it comes to that. Because I do feel like social media addiction is a real thing. But anyway, I was like, I need to just not be on social media. I just need a break, and I need to focus more on myself and my goals and things that I want to do. And roller skating lesson yesterday was really fun. I'm learning, I'm learning another way to stop. There's like three main ways to stop when you're roller skating. So I'm learning the toe stop. I already knew how to do the plow stop already. The T-stop kind of scares me right now. But anyway, my goal today is to walk 3 miles without weights. So I was out here, a couple days ago, and I walked, I think it was 3 miles with 3-pound weights. But today, no weights because I did weights yesterday. So yeah, that's what's been going on. That's what I meant at the end of my last video, is I needed to really just not be scrolling on social media and doing other things. And currently, what I'm listening to on Audible, I just started yesterday. Yeah, I had a double checked. It's the collection of Neville Goddard. So, he's more like the law of attraction kind of stuff. It it's very intense. There's a lot of information, and it very much like quotes things from the Bible and says, okay, this is, they kind of like interpret it in some ways for you, like it means this or whatever. So it's very interesting information. But anyway, I'm gonna keep going on my walk, and just wanted to update you guys about what's going on and me consistently moving my body every day, mainly in walking form, because that's like one of my favorite ways to move, as well as doing roller skating. I really enjoy doing that. Just ways to move my body. Hey, this is me being consistent, moving my body every day. So this is my stopping point that I like to stop at. I'm gonna get out my weights and do my 3-pound weights upper body while I listen to music and walk. But I do want to say this. There is something that I have been consistent with for at least 2 years, maybe a little bit more. It's been over 700 and something days. Is meditation. There's like no exception in my life. So it doesn't matter if I'm sick, it doesn't matter if I'm traveling, it doesn't matter. I always take 10 minutes, sometimes more, but 10 minutes usually is my minimum. Usually it's the minimum. I do a 10-minute meditation. Yeah, sometimes it might be 9 minutes, but the thing that's consistent is that I do it every single day. I don't miss a day. And it's so part of me now. It would probably feel weird if I if I don't meditate. But at the same time, sometimes you do things all the time that sometimes mentally you think you already did it, and then you might realize like, oh crap, I didn't do it, I better do it, right? It's kind of weird like that when you are consistent with certain things. So I meditate every day. I don't skip a day. That's something I don't skip. Journaling, I'm more like 90% compliant with that. So like 9 times out of 10, I journal every day. But there's that 10% where I sometimes forget to journal, or I start doing other stuff in my day and I forget. And then I'm like, oh, I missed a day. And then I'll just journal that day, like the next day, and it's fine. But that's just something I want to point out, that it's something that I've been consistent with for a long time. And I didn't really realize it until my Insight timer will tell me, like, it'll tell you, that's the app I use. It'll tell you like how many days you've been doing it, right? So it's pretty cool. Anyway, let me continue on with my workout. I'm trying to push myself to go skating again today, this afternoon, because there's an afternoon session I can go to keep practicing my skating, because I want to get better at skating. And there's another thing. So being like fat, plus size, obese, whatever term you want to use, not a healthy weight, we'll just go with that, but overweight, not underweight. There's weight limits to a lot of things. So I was looking for roller skates to purchase, and I didn't even think about there could be a weight limit. So these skates I want to have, and I'm like, I'm almost 40 pounds over the weight limit. So I was like, I don't know if I want to risk it. You know what I mean? So things like that have to have consideration that people that may be healthier weights or even underweight don't have to think about is a weight limit. And it sucks. It sucks. But then also, if you like parasailing like me, when I was looking on Google, I'm like, is there a weight limit for parasailing? Apparently there's a weight minimum. And I was like, okay, so if you're like a person that's like, I don't know, 130 pounds, 140 pounds, maybe even 150 pounds, you might be too small. Isn't that crazy? So, but you can also go with another person, right? To kind of balance out the weight, to add more weight to the parasailing seat. But it was just something interesting that I learned today about parasailing. But anyway, eventually I will buy roller skates. I might just buy roller skates that I'm over the weight limit and just not wear them until I get to closer to the weight limit and then wear them. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do about that, but I'm like disappointed and sad about it. Anyway, let me go on and do my exercise now.
So the walk that I just finished about an hour ago wore me out. I'm still tired from it and still sweaty from it. So I'm probably, I'm not gonna go roller skating today. I think I need to like also listen to my body as well, knowing when to push yourself to exercise and knowing when to give yourself a break. I have to also remind myself I'm not in the best shape. You know, I'm at least 100 pounds overweight. So these different things, you know, I may not be able to work out 2 or 3 times in a day or do movement that often. So I need to listen to my body so I don't get injured, because I'll do things, I'll jack up, like I jacked up my knee about a month ago. It's mostly recovered, but that's me being hard-headed and like jogging on a trail. And I didn't even jog that far at all. I'm trying to think, I might have jogged a total of a half a mile with 2 breaks. So like doing a quarter of a mile and then doing another quarter. But I was outside and I was not in running shoes. So I jacked up my knee. So there's different things. Sometimes I'll do a bit too much and go too far. And then my body has to, it takes weeks for my body to recover. So I need to listen to my body. But I do want to do another roller skating session before my next lesson next Wednesday. So right now it's Friday. I want to do at least one more, if I could, maybe 2 before my next lesson. But you know what? I think I may end this video because video is already long enough. So maybe I'll tell you guys in the next video if I do it or not. But I think the next video I might be talking about something else. But being consistent, I feel like it's the hardest thing in the world. I really do. I think it stops us from being who we really want to be at times. And it's just really hard to do when you are used to doing, you know, your old habits and behaviors, and some of them could be addictions. And then you have to basically stop those and replace them with healthy habits and then consistently do it to see the success, to see the results. So I am working on, and I'm moving my body every day. So that is something I'm working on being consistent with. And in the future videos, I will probably talk about consistency again and working on being consistent with other areas like food, having a healthy relationship with food, and improving my health with what I consume, you know, in my mouth, as well as other things, you know, like watching TV and stuff like that. I don't do, you know, the substances. You know what I'm talking about. I don't do substances. But anyway, all right, enough of that. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.